In regards to this project, once again, are there any unknown facts or stories in regards to it that's never been publicly mentioned before?
Um, I'm more of a open book, bro. I feel like it's just a different format of me telling my story that they see every day. You know what I'm saying? I get more people attention because I put a beat behind it. But I'm always being transparent every day. You know, I think with the music and my transparency with the music, it kind of like made people sit down and listen. And you know what I'm saying? Like I have been podcasting saying the same things. You feel me? Some people get mad when they hear the truth just raw and uncut like that. Well, let me try to do this same thing with a beat. You feel me? So when you go back to the podcast, you're gonna hear me saying the same thing at the podcast that I'm saying on the beat. When I'm doing interviews, you're gonna hear me saying the same thing that I'm saying on the beat. Everything is the truth, bro. You feel me? Like I tell no lie. I don't have no lie to tell. You feel me? I live a honest life. You know, I'm 44 years old, bro. Like I don't have time to play no games. And I don't have time for nobody or no man, woman to play games with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be straight up with everybody, and I expect the same thing. It's just respect with me, bro. You feel me?
Now, you just shared your age on camera. There are some recording artists that will not. Why no problem sharing your age here?
Because I embrace who I am. You know, age is nothing but a number. You feel me? And I'm not in an industry selling an age. I'm independent. I'm my own boss. So when I put out anything that I'm doing, it's me. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not trying to fit in. You know, I'm not trying to blend in. And I think a lot of people, man, be wanting to do the same thing, but they walk in fear. They be scared. You know, I've been in this game since 14 years old. And that was a lie where they were saying that, man, you have to be young. I used to remember once upon a time I used to shave my mustache, y'all, because I was told I had to look young. I need to look young, stay young. I'm 44 and I look young right now, you know what I'm saying? It's some the young dudes and they saying it's a young man game, but they look older than me. You feel me? So I think people start following a trend, bro, and get caught up in that trend to where that trend is not even in no more. So I'm breaking all of that, you know, and I'm walking in truth, bro, of everything, and God got me.
And just in case there's some misinformation online about you, care to share your birthday as well? You shared your sign previously
Yeah.
in this
All
conversation,
right,
but
they know my birthday is February the 8th. You know, I'm 81, baby, 44 for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an open book, bro. Like, you know, I got a book, The Autothuggography of Turk, if you want to know any more about my life. You know, I believe in transparency, man. I believe that we are in today's time where you really can't hide anything. So, you know, if I tell you something about me before somebody else come tell you a lie about it, you didn't heard it before. So now what they saying, it don't even have no merit to it because he told us that. You know what I'm saying? I spoke about everything that was probably meant to make me look bad. I told you, yeah, I've been there, done that. I done been in prison, you know, for attempted murder on the police. I done been, you know, on heroin and cocaine. You know what I'm saying? I done been in messed up contracts and messed up situations. You feel me? I done been in lawsuits. I didn't anything you heard I done been everything but the lies that they tell, bro. And that's why I always have to speak my truth because if I don't speak my truth, then they gonna believe the lies. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody need to control their own narrative if they in this business. You feel me? And being an entrepreneur, bro, is not easy. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be the one to make sure that everything is running smooth in order for me to feed my family.
and speaking of that book, where can those in the audience that haven't had a chance to know its existence or may have seen it but didn't know where to look
You
for
can
it,
get
where can
my
they find
book
it?
from Amazon, Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Lulu.com. It's global, worldwide. You can get it directly from me, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, I got my own app as well, you know what I'm saying? You can go to the App Store, Google Play Store, type in Hot Boy Turk and get a membership to get exclusive access. We go live on there. We got auctions on there. You got my music. You got exclusive videos, content. You know, everything that all the other apps that y'all watching and that y'all are part of. I was able to get my own app partner up with my seat. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, just doing some different things. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to keep it all together where my fans can, you know, not be distracted. I feel like having an app, it eliminates the haters, you know, because you have distractions when you on Instagram, when you're on Facebook. You know, you might want to have the moments with your fans and you talking and you sharing things with them, and here you got somebody trolling in the comment, you know, or you got somebody reporting your page because now you didn't got out your character saying something wrong. Now your page then got took, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, man, having your own app is an asset that everybody should invest in. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I happened to get mine before my album came out. And the crazy part, when my album dropped, soon when it go up, somebody did something. I don't know who it is. I can't pinpoint who it was, and got my whole album took down. So I had to go into, you know, hustle mode, you know what I'm saying, and survival mode. Good thing I had my own app. I was able to open up my app to the public and send out a private link. Now my whole album had basically leaked, and I wasn't too pissed off about not getting those first week spins and streams on Apple from, you know, these 9 million people that then came to my Instagram out of the, you know, all of the controversy and everything. But I feel like God is working, bro. Like it's time for Joseph, and you know, it's going crazy, man. If y'all haven't heard that album, man, from 1 to 17, y'all need to get into it.
And speaking of the app, is it available on all phones, Android, Apple,
Exactly.
things of that
Yeah,
nature?
it's available on all phones. You know, you just go to your app store and type in Hot Boy Turk, and there you go.
Now, in regards to technology and things of that nature, I think this next question is appropriate here, but was there any AI technology used in the creation of this album at all?
Um, Nah, I didn't use any AIs on this album, man. I don't think it would have been as authentic as it was if I would have used any AI, artificial intelligence. This album is official, not artificial. You feel me?
And when I say AI technology, not meaning your voice or things of that nature, but AI technology could be used some sort in maybe like the mixing process or the artwork
Now
process or
everything was hands on. You know what I'm saying? Everything was man hands on with it. Like I say, man, the full structure of it. I had my team, and we gave it to them the way how I knew to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? With that team, I come from that team. Cash Money was the team that I was a part of. You know what I'm saying? When I was a part of Cash Money, and I just remember sitting down, you know, with the team and us, you know, structuring these albums from the title of them to the chorus to the beat, you know, to the mixing and the mastering, you know, and Baby and Slim doing their thing and taking it to where it needed to go after that. You know what I'm saying? And it always works. So I just took what I learned from them and put it into my project, and that's why you see what you see. Everybody's saying it's kind of like reminding them of that Cash Money sound, but just modern day, you know. And I think the fans, they was longing for that, and I delivered, bro. I delivered that.
And let's dive a little bit deeper with the actual music itself and the tracks here. There are 17 tracks. Why that amount for this one? Why not a little shorter, maybe like 15 or maybe a
Yeah.
little longer, like 19 or even further than that?
My team, you know, I was trying to put 26 tracks on there. I'm gonna be real. But they were saying that people's attention spans are short, but I wasn't thinking of it like that. I just knew that I had bangers, and I knew they was gonna do what they needed to do for the people. But I listened to the team, you know what I'm saying? And they was right, you know. People got short attention spans, and but in my defense, a lot of people have been saying from beginning to end, I let it all the way ride. I didn't listen to it 5, 6 times. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear them say that, I'm like, well, I probably could have put more. But with that more that I didn't put, it leaves room for me to do another project, you know, and seeing the response after not putting an album out in 24 years, bro. I haven't put an album out in 24 years and being fully independent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned from the best. Baby and Slim is, man, is I don't think they could be duplicated. But replicated, you know what I'm saying? If that's a little bit different, I feel like I came and I delivered what Cash Money was doing, you know what I'm saying, when they was doing when we was there. You feel me? Not saying that Cash Money not doing their thing now, but you know, to that degree of that sound had left. It wasn't around anymore due to the fact with Nicki Minaj and the Drakes and Weezy being Weezy, you change up, you know what I'm saying? And our fans want that sound now. That's why we on tour. The nostalgia of that, you know what I'm saying? They missing it. So being able to give them that old Cash Money on tour and deliver that sound in 2025, bro, it's going crazy right now.
Now, you just mentioned some of these songs that didn't make it could be used for another project. Sometimes recording artists will save some of those extra songs for like a deluxe version to a body of work of this nature. Has that been a thought, perhaps, a deluxe for
Yeah,
this?
a deluxe most definitely been in the works, but my manager, for whatever reason that may be, fighting against me doing a deluxe. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you said it in my manager's presence. You know what I'm saying about the deluxe. You feel me? So maybe now she'll let me go ahead on and do a deluxe. You feel me? But nah, it's all love, bro. Like I believe that they gonna want more. And I'm gonna have to give them the deluxe for real, cause they wanting it, bruh. And it'll go from, man, you put too many, to, man, we want more. We want an encore, you know what I'm saying? And that's what this giving, bruh, is giving that. So I got them. I got those songs on deck that gonna make them respect. And that's all I really want. I want to respect in this game, because sometimes, bro, people are trying to keep you in your past. And if the past narrative was you was one way, you know what I'm saying? People who don't know you and that's all they hearing, that's what they educated to seeing and believing, you know what I'm saying? So my fight that I did, bro, I had to like basically show and prove that I'm a different him. You know what I'm saying? I'm God body. You know what I'm saying? I didn't experience a lot. I'm open. I'm too open. The people is going to feel it. And that's just what it is, bro. And like, I don't think the people lying, bro. Like I say, I showed you my Instagram, how it's going crazy. Organic. It's organic numbers going crazy since July 27th. Today the 31st, and it's still going up, 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 up. So, you know what I'm saying? Any labels that's out there, man, y'all probably don't be looking at me talking about, he 44, he said his age. Look at the body of work. And if we can partner up, I'm open for that. You know what I'm saying? But if not, I'm going to show y'all how we do it when you got God pushing the whole pedal to the metal. You know what I'm talking about?
Now, speaking of numbers, how did that narrowing process work, going from 26 to 17 here? Are you able to explain that at all? Or?
Yeah, what my manager says 9 times out of 10, she really my wife. So she'll just give you this look, and it's a get on my nerves type of thing. You know what I'm saying? To where I give in. She the only one can make me give in. You feel me? So if she really wants something, she gonna get it. So that's what it was. She really wanted it like that, and she got it. You know what I'm saying? But when I come back with this deluxe, cause I'm gonna come, she wasn't talking about nothing. You feel me? And that's just what it gonna be, man. That's how we narrowed it down.
And 17 was the final amount of tracks on this project. 26 was what you were originally thinking.
Yeah.
But how many tracks did you have to choose from before you even got to the 26?
Man, I got hundreds of songs. When you in the studio, you just basically recording. You don't even count. You just record. I don't count. Record what I feel. If I feel something else, I might go to the next. I might just do a chorus. I might just do 2 lines. I might just, you know what I'm saying? But I write. I don't freestyle. I don't like wasting time in the studio. When I go in there, man, I know what I'm going in there to do. And I'm not in the studio with a bunch of people. I really don't even like the music to be loud because it make my teeth vibrate or something. I don't like it. Maybe I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear all the boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? That get to me. But I love music. I just don't like noise, you know what I'm saying?
Now let's talk about writing here for a second. Paper or phone?
Phone.
And why phone for you?
Because you could copy and paste, it's more easier, you know what I'm saying, versus you getting paper and you can keep it in your notes, you know what I'm saying, versus losing it.
And when you recite these lyrics that you've written, do you read them and record, or do you memorize them and record?
Both, both. You know, if it's a song that I've been practicing before I got to the studio, you know, it's gonna be memory. But if it's one that I just did, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm a read it, but I'm gonna try to read it to where like it sound like I remembered it by memory. You know what I'm saying?
So if there was a circle chart of 100%, what percentage do you think it's you reading your lyrics versus memorizing?
Um, I'll say 60-40.
And 60 which way, just to be clear?
60 in memorizing it.
And you mentioned you don't freestyle. Have you even tried it before, freestyling
Yeah,
and
when I'm
punching?
playing around, you know what I'm saying? But I think freestyling, man, I can't give a person an album freestyling. You know, I could give them a mixtape doing that. Like, you know, you gotta put your all, you gotta pull your heart out when I feel like when you're doing an album. You know what I'm saying? It's personal. You know, when you freestyling, I feel like you're just trying to go get a bag. You know, it ain't that serious. Look, all I gotta do is go put some words together and get some money. Right now, if I don't make $1 off this and I change somebody's life, I did my part. That's the difference from me doing this project and me doing a mixtape project. And I did several mixtape projects, you know, and doing those mixtape projects, they didn't take off like this one is taking off. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. And my thought process of me knowing that it's a difference and then getting the fruits of knowing that it's a difference, I was right.
And for historical purposes here, how did you start out when it came to music initially? Was it writing first or freestyling first?
I
Very
always
initially.
started off writing, you know, but that was when I used to write in notebooks, spiral notebooks, composition notebooks, toilet paper, paper bags, anything that I could write on. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing.
And when it comes to writing, just winding down the questions about that specifically, have you experienced writer's block?
Yes. Everybody experienced writer's block. You know what I'm saying? It be times I probably ain't writing months. You know what I'm saying? But when I don't be in writer's block, I probably could make about 15, 20 songs, you know what I'm saying, in a week. You know, some people probably do that in a day, but I don't know, but I'm not gonna exaggerate. I could probably do it like a week, you know what I'm saying?
When writer's block does take place, how do you cope with that?
I just, you know, let it happen organic, man. You can't force it. You feel me? Or it ain't gonna come out right. Like doing my music, bro, I have to feel it, you know, cause it ain't what you saying, it's how you saying it. If you not saying it, people not gonna feel it. You feel me? So I'm coming with that straight from the heart, man. They about to cut you, you know, you about to feel it. Like, you know, from the ad libs to the beat, to the lyrics, to the in and outs. Everything gonna be structured. And you gonna know, he was serious.
Just curious here, what's the longest you worked on a song? You start it, have writer's block, you put it down, and you end up finishing it at another point in time.
The longest, probably a day and a half, something like that.
Not one of those songs you put it down and 3 years later you find it and like, oh, here it
Nah,
is.
nah, nah,
Okay,
nah,
not one
none
of
of that.
those. Just curious there. Well, in regards to this project, winding down the questions here about that, the track list. Who put this track list order together?
It was a group effort, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody, you know, the engineer, my wife, producers, me, you know, as far as with the title and things. My wife and engineer, the ones who put it like in format structure. Like, I think we gonna ride it out like this. We gonna slow it down. We gonna speed it up right here. That was my wife, all my wife. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to do that, so I guess she was executive producer on that part.
And how long did that take? Just the track list order itself.
Me and my wife actually worked on a track list at home. We was at home listening to the radio, you know, and listening to the songs that I had recorded. And we kind of like did a collab note from the iPhones, you know what I'm saying? And we just were playing the music and seeing what sound like what and what blend in nice with the next. And when we got to the studio, of course I hadn't added more songs and, you know, she, like I say, that's when the argument came and the disagreement came. And man, when my wife disagreeing, bro, she gonna get her way. She gonna wind up getting her way. I just walked out, man. When I came back in, I was like, oh, that's it. So when she strongly arguing me about something, she normally be right. But I be putting her resistance, you know what I'm saying? But she always be right.
Well, then I do want to ask her this question here in particular, if she's open to answering it. If not, that's okay. I know you don't have a mic, but you can still be heard. When it came to the track list, was there any strategy in regards to the track list order?
Yeah, it was. We definitely wanted to kind of tell a story with it and have it like in some type of order, like the beginning, the middle, and the present. So we listened to the Joseph story where I did, and I saw how it played out. So I kind of put the songs in place as far as how the story went to in relation to Turk, and that's how we came up with the order.
Now, diving in on the actual songs here. Out of these 17, what is your absolute favorite?
Um, Joseph, the self-titled track. And the reason being, man, from the beginning to the end, it talks about my testimony, my wife testimony, my kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's my world, you feel me? So I gave my fans my world on that song to be able to open up about our weaknesses and our strengths. You know, how we went from nothing to something, and you know, how from me being in prison, my wife being a breast cancer survivor to being 13 years cancer free, my kids being 1 to 12 years old, you know, it just was like things, the transition in our life in 3 verses, bro. And that's one of the heartfelt songs on the album. And I think a lot of people, when they hear that song and they done seen all these things take place, they done got to see me go to prison. They saw the headlines of the shootout with the police. They saw me doing the time. They saw her holding me down, coming to visit me for 8 years, 8 months, 16 days. You know what I'm saying? They saw, and they damn near grew up with my twins and watched my twins grow up with them. You know what I'm saying? They watched my wife have to go through chemo and radiation and me being there the whole time. And they watch how people betrayed us. They watch how, you know, we kept our head up high, you know what I'm saying? And we could have crashed out. We could have got on the same people energy, but we kept our integrity, our morals, our principles, and we stayed God-fearing, and we overcame it together. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people respect us together as a couple and got the utmost respect for my wife.
And do you recall who produced this beat?
Young Baller. Young Baller, man, he's an artist, producer out of, I think, Texas. And he produced, in the beginning, man, it was nothing but Young Baller beats, you know. But like I say, those people who try to sabotage me erased my whole studio session files, and I lost all those songs that I recorded. And I knew something was about Joseph then when the reason why they did it didn't make sense. And I don't even want to talk about them, you know, but my whole project, it was a devil's attack from the time when I started working on it, bro. You know, and they did not want it to come out. From the time when it came out, somebody did something to make the whole album come back down. So now it ain't on Apple Music. But we about to re-release it, you know, and we gonna do it quiet as kept. So when we do it, a press release gonna go out, and the fans who didn't, the fans who got subscriptions at Apple Music, they gonna rush it, and it's gonna go #1, you know. And all of the charts and all that they say that you got to have this big budget. You have to have this Beyonce $2 million a song. You got to have this for the song to do this. Not today. Not today. And I think a lot of people gonna learn that, and they gonna see that I'm opening up a new wave, and God is showing people, just trust him. You know what I'm saying? Trust him and watch how he show out.
And care to share how many kids you have at this point?
I have 3. I have a 25-year-old son and 12-year-old girl and boy twins.
And all with Emani here?
Nah, my oldest son is with my first baby mother out of New Orleans, and my girl and boy twins is with my wife.
Now, favorite or not, what's your most honest song on this album?
My most honest song have to be You Too. You Too, man. I feel like that song right there, man, with everything that's going on, you know, all of the songs are real, but that song just, from every bar, it's something that went on in my life and something that's still going on in my life, and it's something that's gonna continue to go on in everybody's life every day. So it's one of those classic songs, not verse, that people will be able to relate to forever, bro. This song will never get old. It's one of those. You too, nigga, you too. You too, damn, you too. You too, hell nah, you too. Damn, everybody hating. I thought everybody was cool. I thought so. Speak my mind and them niggas don't like it. 5 minutes later, they doing shit just like me. I ain't had the money, so the shit was funny. Now I'm too turned, nigga, on they ass and stunting. Kept me Louis V shopping, big car copping, brand new Hummer with your baby mama bopping. House lasted sloppy, all white golly, 6-bedroom, no shoes on my carpet. Follow me now, nigga, cause I'm a hot boy. I know you thought it was over, you mad it's not, boy. Turk the original, you a decoy, and you don't wanna go to war, don't make me deploy. Yeah, you too. Nigga, you too? You too? Damn, you too? You too? Hell nah, you too? Damn, everybody hating. I thought everybody was cool. I thought so. Man, listen, man. That song is kind of like, I feel a spirit when I'm singing it. And then the beat is so Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's like, yeah, you bought that old Mannie Fresh sound, that NBA young boy, that New Orleans, man. Listen, I bought it back, and I feel like I opened up the doors to that sound that we've been longing for all over again. This Joseph album is crazy. If y'all don't got it, man, stupid. And I'm talking that shit, and I'm backing it up. Believe that.
And speaking of that beat, who produced that as well?
That was produced by Adam on the track. You know what I'm saying? He produced it with Northern B out here in Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? And it's crazy. The beat sound Louisiana though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know what you want. I know what I got to give you. That motherfucker going dumb. That's also about to drop as a single on all platforms, but it's on the album. But it took off as a single. Like everybody all from around the world making videos, and they listening to it, they working out to it, they driving their cars, you know what I'm saying? They cutting grass, one person was, they in the gym, they just doing all kind of stuff to the YouTube, cause they could feel it, bro. Everybody got haters, and you don't know who they be, but then when you find out, you be like, damn, you too? Oh, hell nah, you too? Damn, everybody hating, you feel me? I thought everybody was cool. And we all be thinking that everybody cool till you find out that, damn, everybody over there hating on you, and it fucks you up. You know what I'm saying? It fucks you up, bro. And the only thing that can make you get through it is this music. This music just gets you through it because you ain't the only one.
Now, I do want to ask you about 2 specific songs on this track list. There's a song titled Still on Fire.
Exactly.
Is this a continuation of We on Fire?
Now, Still on Fire basically is one of those ones too where I'm talking, because a lot of people were saying that you was the last hot boy, you the least hot boy, you know what I'm saying? And it pissing me off, because I'm knowing I'm a beast. You feel me? I don't know where they get that stigma from, bro. Like, I can't, I ain't. So I had to let them know I'm still, you feel me? Still on fire, I ain't cool off yet. If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? Telling the truth, not hating. I ain't never testified, gave a statement. A lie nigga lie on me cause they hate me. I got receipts, homie, I'm just paper chasing. I made history, ain't no erasing. Mind your business, keep that sucker shit away from me. Grinding on my own, just another day for me. Me and the maid woman, that's all I need. Pocket watching that nigga, try me, you gon' bleed. Nigga can't deny me, got my own team. The only op I got is opportunity. Still got love for my block and my community, nigga. Still on fire, I ain't cool all yet. If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? So I'm talking to him like I'm looking in this camera like, yeah, I'm gonna remind y'all. Now what you got to say? Oh yeah, that boy ain't playing. It's just like, man, give me my respect, man. But in a humble way, you know what I'm saying? In a humble way, you feel me? Like, cause you wrong. You believe in these lies. Nah. Let me remind you and let me show you don't never ever assume nothing that you don't know.
And I also want to ask you about
Produced
this.
by DT Spacely, my bad, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I also want to ask you about this. You have a song called Back Again, speaking of the Made Woman.
Exactly.
You've got other songs with her as well. You have projects with her as well.
Yeah.
But how many songs do you have together? Just you two, unreleased.
Man, unreleased songs,
at this
we
point.
got probably about 2 albums, you know. We got about 2 albums, and, you know, we gonna release them too, bro, because a lot of people always ask me, when Emani gonna drop? When Emani gonna drop? You know, and a lot of people thinking I be holding her back, but I'm her biggest fan. I promise you, I want her to drop, especially with all these females doing their thing. But my wife, she more of a wife, God-fearing woman, a mother, you know. Maybe she want to do it when my kids get 21 or something. I don't know. You feel me? But I think her priorities is that first, you know what I'm saying? And with rap, bro, you know, she see what I go through with the rap, you know what I'm saying? She support me, you know what I'm saying? She my manager, you feel me? So she know what come with it, bro, and I don't know if that's why, you know, she probably, man, I don't have time for that shit, you know, let me do what I'm doing and help you get the money and, you know what I'm saying? I do my other businesses, stuff that I don't have to be that way. I could just get people, you know what I'm saying, to run the properties for me. You feel me? So, like, that's like she an administrator in the background, like, but she making everything happen. Like I'm just the face. She like Slim and I'm Baby. You feel me? I can just put it like that.
Well, because she is here, I do want to ask her and pitch her this same question. Do you want to share a status update on that?
Yeah, you know, music is my passion, but I also know that there's different roles that you have to play at different times. And right now, my role is not an artist. My role is to be a manager, to make sure I push Turk because he has the platform and he is the key to opening the door for me to walk straight through. So I need to be his support right now. I understand it. Sometimes I don't think he understands it because he always tell me, you need to drop, you need to drop. I believe in divine timing for things, and I will when I know the time is right. That's how I feel about it.
So, just for the record, he is not holding you back musically.
Absolutely not. He is down my throat about it.
Man,
So,
you know that I can sit back if she do her thing.
yeah, so he
Shit, I've been trying to psych her up so I don't have to do it. Shit, working me like a Hebrew down slave.
with Joseph doing as good as he's doing now, it's easier for me not to have to work so hard. I can just come on the stage with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And do want to ask you this: what's a studio session like when you two are collaborating?
Man, to be honest, bro, like we like night and day. You know what I'm saying? Before we go in the studio, we been ahead our raps. You feel me? Like we both write. She write, I write. You know what I'm saying? And once we go in there, it just we lay it down. Like we don't waste no time. We don't have a bunch of people with us, bro. It just be us, the engineer, our security. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like we don't have no vices. You know what I'm saying? Don't do no drugs. You know, our kids will be in there sometime with us, you know, and that's it, man. We create, We probably, every time we go in there, we gonna do at least about 4, 5 songs, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we go home, bro. And, you know, like, that's what we do, man.
Do you want to pitch in here and fact check
Well,
that?
That's what we do, but we bump heads sometimes because he'll try to say, you need
Yeah.
to say it like this. And I'm like, how you going to tell me how to say it? You know, so we have those little back and forths in the studio.
Cause I know. But
Yeah.
she write her own stuff. Sometimes I just be telling her, just say it like this, you know what I'm saying? And you know, nobody who rap and do their thing wanna
somebody
be tell me, don't you can't tell me how to say this. But sometimes it's good for people to tell you how to say things, you know what I'm saying? They can hear and see different stuff.
Now, there are 10 features on this body of work as well. Care to share who's your favorite?
I don't have any favorite feature on there, and if I did, it'll be my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to have everybody that's on there, Lil Wayne, Kodak, CeeLo Green, man, my wife, man, Double A, man, Beasley, Cole, you know what I'm saying? The main character, you know, man, the list goes on, man, Black and Mild, you know what I'm saying? We got my dog Young Ralph, you feel me? Everybody that's on there, man, anybody that I left out, Bianca Spear, you know what I'm saying? She's singing on that Dirty World, you know. Yeah, man, shout out to everybody, bro. If I left y'all out, y'all know, you know, hey, I'm sorry, but, you know, I appreciate everybody. No favorites.
And when it comes to financially speaking on this project, especially the features, were they all organic features, for lack of a better phrase, with this project, like you described with the CeeLo, or were any of these features paid features?
All
for
of
example?
them were organic features, you know. That the Wayne and Kodak Black feature, it came a time when they was at odds with each other, and Kodak reached out to me. That's how me and him, you know, got acquainted. And I told him I had a record. I believe he was in Jamaica at the time. And he said, send it to me. I sent it to him. Man, I got the record the next day. And this one, it was, I want to see, they don't want to see you winning. They want to see you in a penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Like Kodak had, he fresh out, hot, you feel me? So when he did the record, I didn't even think he was going to do it. But man, homie, it was a real one. Did it, knocked it out, boom. Weezy, man, I got Kodak on the record, man. Now, first I had put the song out with me and Kodak, you know what I'm saying? And bam, I told Wayne, man, look, man, I got this record, bro, you know? Man, bop, bop, bop. Send it. Wayne did it. Man, I got that record back from Wayne, boy. I was like, well, Wayne had already did like 4 songs for me already. You Mad Jet, Zip It. We did the Ballin' Like a Hot Boy, and he put me on the No Ceilings thing. So, you know, I'm almost Wayne welcome out, I guess. But Wayne got on there, bro. And when he did that, I'm like, man, this is history right here. To put Wayne and Kodak on a record together, I was the first one to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been had the record, you know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of people, at first I was like, man, bro, I can't put this record out, it's old, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like when people haven't heard something, it's old to me. It's people that done had records 15 years ago and they didn't went platinum, you know what I'm saying? It's different days and times of how music is, you know what I'm saying, consumed now. So I went on and, you know, did my thing with it, bro. And the fans love it, bro, you feel me? But man, shout out to Weezy, shout out to Kodak, man, for blessing me with that record.
Now, zooming out, where do you stand on that debate, paid features versus organic features? Because there's people on both sides here. There's some artists that say, and they publicly say this, I'll never pay for a feature. And then they're, you know, so on and so forth. Where do you stand on that debate, zooming out?
It all depends on, like, how you reach out, you know. If it's a major artist, man, and this major artist, you don't know him, you know, you don't have no type of relationship with him, you shouldn't expect them to do no free feature for you just because you asked them, you know. Because I didn't have people that reached out to me. They may be hot, but I don't even know who they is, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have arguments with my little brother-in-law because when I tell him who the people be, he know them. Man, you should have did that, man. But I be feeling like it's disrespectful for when a person come to you and be like, man, man, do this. And then when I be like, what's your budget? You feel me? They get mad as if, I supposed to do it because I know them. So I could empathize and feel like, you know what I'm saying? If a person is somebody and you reach out to them, bro, you should pay them if that's what they want. You shouldn't feel like because you got motion, you know what I'm saying, you could get the record for free from anybody. Because, man, some people ain't going for that, bro. But if you have a relationship with somebody, I feel like, it should be organic. But even in that situation, if a person say, nah, man, I can't do it, you never know why they telling you. They might be in a financial bind. You know what I'm saying? I think if you get it, be grateful for it because everybody not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that could go any way, bro. Like I see it, I'm just open-minded and I understand all sides of it.
Were you one of those artists even once upon a time that was like, I'm never paying for a feature? If it ain't organic, I could care less.
Now, I ain't never say I'm never paying for a feature, but I don't expect people to do stuff for me for free. So, you know what I'm saying? When they do it, I'm happy. That's why I say even with Lil Wayne and Kodak, I ask now, because the closed mouth don't get fed. But I'm not going to get mad if they like, man, I ain't doing that. And feel like, man, you got it, man, I didn't ask plenty of people to do features on this album, and you know what I'm saying, they didn't do it. I couldn't be mad they didn't do it, but they probably wish they did it now.
Was there a thought on having no features for this project?
Nah, feature that I wish I could have gotten that I didn't were all the Hot Boys on Still on Fire. And the reason why I wanted that, not because the song wasn't hot by itself. The fans was requesting, since they hadn't seen us on tour, man, you need to put the Hot Boys on this and do the remix, da-da-da-da-da. So that's the only feature that I wish I would have got, you know what I'm saying? I think that should be going crazy right now. But, you know what I'm saying, I guess it wasn't in God's plan for that to happen. Joseph doing what it doing, you know what I'm saying, without that feature, you feel me?
And imagine, based on your previous description here, closed mouths don't get fed, assuming that you did try to make that happen.
Yeah, my mouth was loud with that one, you feel me? But like I say, I don't know for whatever reason. And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing no tripping, man. Like, I sent that record to him and I asked and I swallowed my pride and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I did 1 million views on that by myself. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It didn't happen and it's cool, but look at Joseph now. So I probably was wrong thinking that if I do this gonna make my album do what it's doing right now, but it didn't. It's doing what it's doing without them being on it, you know what I'm saying? And I held my own.
2 more questions here about this album, and then we'll be done with this segment. What have you learned about yourself through the creation and release of this album?
I learned that if you put your all into something, man, and you believe without a shadow of doubt, and you just go with what you know, man, it ain't no limit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no limit, bruh. And, I accomplished something in a couple days that people dream of. It's a bunch of people saying, man, this is it. I didn't expect this of you. But it just showed me that so many people were misled and misinformed, bro. So if I wouldn't be talking and saying anything, it'll be a bunch of misinformed people out there. You have to get out there and inform the people because if they got a perception of you, sometimes people don't even tell you. They just walk around and just you'll feel the energy and be like, damn, why everybody acting like this? But I had discernment to see where the threat and the problem was coming from, and I fixed it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now it ain't no looking back. Joseph.
And last question. Can you give the audience 5 reasons to listen to this album?
Because it's one of the best solo projects that's out right now. The best solo project out right now. That's 5. Yeah, that's 5, man. Yes, indeed. Joseph out right now, man. Go get that if y'all don't got that. You heard me? Follow me on my Instagram, Original Hot Boy Turk. Click that link in my bio. You know what I'm saying? And just know, man, it is what it is. You feel me?